there were 2 bodies found of women in Russia, and it was a double homicide that included a sign that said "Free Pussy Riot." So I have to note, the investigators who are actually looking into this case claim that this is someone trying to mislead investigators. They're saying, look, they're trying to cover up their crime, and they're doing so by writing "Free Pussy Riot" with the victim's blood on the walls. Yeah. So this really makes me worry, because there are, of course, people who criticize Pussy Riot within Russia, and then there are those who are supportive. And I really hope that this kind of news doesn't get misreported, which, by the way, it already has by media that is supportive of Putin, to make Pussy Riot seem like a group of violent individuals that are bad for the community, when in reality, they're fighting for your rights. You know, it's very similar to what we see. Anyway, I'm going to stop there. But yes. Russia's investigative committee said the women were mother and daughter, aged 76 and 38, and they were killed late last week in their apartment in Kazan with the words "Free Pussy Riot" written on the wall in English, presumably with blood. One of the investigators in this case said the killer was trying to avoid suspicion by misleading police. And, you know, just looking at what people in Russia are saying about Pussy Riot and the kind of support that they've received, about 33% believe that the 2-year jail sentence for the band members was too harsh, and 31% say that it was appropriate. So you do see kind of a split opinion for Pussy Riot in Russia, and it makes me a little depressed.
Look, the 31% in support of a 2-year sentence for hooliganism, that's a bit scary, although I guarantee if an equivalent sort of thing happened in America, you could get 31% to say, oh, you know, they were singing songs against George Bush, let's put them in jail for 5 years. I bet you could get 1/3 of the country to be in favor of that. Now, the thing that's I think scariest about this is that there's almost no angle that you can come at this story that it doesn't bode badly for the future. If Pussy Riot was involved, which I don't think they were, that would be bad. If we simply see opportunistic criminals in the area taking advantage of it, and I worry about potential copycats in the future, that would be bad. And also, this is getting into an area of, I guess, conspiracy theories that I don't personally believe, but the fact that the pro-Putin media are already using it, is it completely crazy to imagine that Putin would be willing to do something like this to cast a really bad light on Pussy Riot? I'm not saying that I believe that, and I don't, but it's not impossible.
I do think that that's conspiratorial, but I like that you mentioned it, because I don't think that it's absolutely 100% unrealistic. I mean, look at how there is a split opinion on Pussy Riot in Russia. The Putin, regime is getting a lot of criticism for the way that they've treated members of the Pussy Riot. The prosecutors, the judge in this case, they're all getting a tremendous amount of criticism. So as a result, I mean, do you want to sway public opinion in your favor? Is this a way of doing it? I don't know. It is conspiratorial, and we have absolutely no evidence. This is just speculation, and I want to be absolutely clear about that. And I'm happy that there are people investigating this, because I want to know who the suspect really is, and I want to know if it has something to do with Pussy Riot or if it's completely unrelated. But of course, people have a lot of speculation with this story because of the fact that this is such a hot political topic in Russia.
Yeah, we actually, there's one more quote I'd like to read that just shows how difficult it apparently is in Russia today to be rational about what's going on, about what they actually represent as opposed to what they're trying to be presented as representing. So this is a quote from the leader of an Orthodox youth group, and he says, "The infernal force that drives them hates God, believers, and humankind in general. These people are capable of committing any crime, and nothing but force and law can stop them." This is a religious leader.
All because they did a punk prayer at your Orthodox church. Who cares?